Let's get into it. Hey everyone, my name is Deirdre, aka Raindrops. If you are new here, and if you are a returning drop, what do you do, girl? Yes. For those of you who are new here, and if you have been a drop thus far, and you're kind of new, but you are a subby now, or if you just hadn't tuned in a while and you've been a subby for, quite some time, you will. Mm, mm, mm. So I did a thing again, y'all. And I said I wasn't going to do it anymore. And I have videos, so I'll be showing it to how we got here. So for those of you who don't know, I am a beautician by trade, school and all of that. In the early 90s, went to hair school when I was like 20 years old after I had my first son. And I graduated, worked in a couple of shops, but then majority of my whole hair career, I've done hair at home, travel to go do hair, things like that. So I'm also a Libra. Sometimes we can be very indecisive and we go back and forth, or when we feel like we really need to do it, we just harbor on the very thought until it gets done. And I was back there again. Last year, August 10th, I cut my hair for the millionth time. I have been cutting my hair since hair school, back and forth. I let it grow long. My hair grows long. And then I get bored, or back then, before I went natural in 2014, I used to Texlax my hair. And that's just leaving a relaxer in for all of 5 minutes. Rinse it out, and I always wore my curls. But when I found out about the natural community on YouTube, I was like, I want to see what my curls look like with nothing in it. So between 2014 and now, I've been on YouTube for 11 years, and it's been a back and forth. For YouTube, about 6 times I have big chopped my hair. A couple of times it was just because. Once it was because I straightened my hair once on a temperature of 390 and my hair did not revert back. I also have conditions that affect the growth and texture of my hair along with my fingernails. I've spoke about that in a few videos. But my hair always grows back, and it'll grow back long. And then right around that 2-year mark, for some reason, I always want to either cut it or color it. And same thing. Well, now I'm around a little over a year, because last year I cut it, like I said, August 10th. And I'll insert pictures of the initial cut, because a couple of weeks later I was going to a wedding, and now I had already shaved it, but I wanted a 3D design, so I really got it shaved, all the way down with a taper cut. And I do, like I said, I always do my own hair, but to do that design, I went to a barber, and I allowed him to, taper it down a bit more. And then my birthday is October 14th. So from August up until right around before my birthday, I was wearing my haircut. I had colored it, and then I colored it back black. But when I cut it off, I was under the assumption, I don't know why I didn't remember, that I had cut all of the colored black off. And as you can see, obviously I did not. Okay, so I'm remembering now. All of my hair, when I cut it off, was shaved, but there was no color. What happened was I colored my hair red, and that's what it was on my birthday. But then afterwards, I colored it black, and then forgot all about that I did that. But I was unaware, didn't even think about it. Like I said, it was over a year ago. So this is a year worth of growth. Again, it's December 3rd, 2025. So I meant to do a check, like a growth check for you guys back in August, but I've been wearing my hair in protective styles this whole time. And normally when I cut my hair, I tend to do that. I started out with the 2-strand twist, and I was using human hair from Queen Virgin Remy. And I will wear it 2 to 3 months at a time. That's how long it lasted. I'll insert a couple of pictures. And then also after that, I started doing quick weaves, curly hair, and that hair lasted for about a month or two. And then I would go back to the twist. So I did this for the last year up until now. And I was just like, I have hair. I know my hair grows fast. Everybody always states it in the comment or in my private life. My hair grows really fast. That's not the issue. This is blown out, but it's still not like stretched all the way. But I did. And I don't want to keep pulling at it, but it does almost, yeah, it almost touches here. And the front is, again, it comes here. But again, I don't want to keep pulling at it because it's not fully blown out. And I don't blow dry my hair in the sense of stretching it because I don't straighten it either. But in order to put my color on, I needed my hair to be dry. So I just did that really quick. So what happened was, and you'll see in the video, I did the box dye. I did Cream of Nature's Honey Blonde and the lightest blonde. Now, my thought process was that if I added some of the lightest blonde, that it was going to lift the honey blonde just a little bit more to what I wanted. And kind of, so when I saw everybody's video with the box dye of the honey blonde, everybody's hair ended up, and they were dark brown, end up coming out to this shade. It was like a ginger, kind of like a ginger color. And I'm like, okay, cool. I do that. I like that. Now, I've had ginger before. I bleached my hair all the way blonde, and then I used the, I think her other one is, well, this is a ginger. I've used ginger. I've used quite a bit of Adore, different colors. But I didn't want to do that because, as we all know, semi-permanent colors deposit on the hair. They don't lift or anything like that, so they will fade and wash out and get on your, I have to sleep on a t-shirt. And I didn't want to do that. I just wanted permanent, colored hair until I touched it back up, and it did not come out that way. You'll see here, that is what happened, how it came out. After that, I waited a few days. Now, I started this process November 26th. So it's only been probably a little over a week. So I ended up waiting a few days, and because the ends were still so dark and it just blew me, in the light you can tell that they were brown. Some of the color did come out, but it faded. It was just a dark brown. All of this was golden yellow blonde, and I'm just like, ugh. So I waited a few days, and then I did a bleach bath. You use your bleach shampoo, and your hair should be wet and developer. So I did that, let that sit on for like 30 minutes, and then I got this. Now, even though it's brighter, as you guys can see, than it was the first time, I was still working with this. So just now, before I blow dried it out, I put more bleach on the ends, and it did lift a little bit, but because, so I could leave out of the house last week, I ended up putting the honey brown over top so I wouldn't look so weird with all of this gold hair and all of this dark brown ends. It was just weird because it was kind of patchy as well. So here we are now. So I went on ahead, bleached the ends, and lifted a little bit, but I already know, and I left my box in there. But I'm going to come back to you guys. I'm just telling you now what's going on. So I ended up getting, not the demi-permanent colors by Wella Charm. I'll insert a picture of the box here, but they are the Wella Color Charm permanent liquid colors. You have to apply that on dry hair. If it was a demi-permanent or a semi-permanent, then you can do it on damp hair, towel dried hair. So yeah, here we are. I did not want to lose any hair or fuck up my curls, is the why I did not just continue to bleach it until it got to this pale yellow. I don't need to do that. So I just did more research, seeing what, like, I know what color is opposite the color wheel, but I needed to find it within the liquid permanent. So I'm choosing to use the 7A medium ash blonde. And I picked up 8A as well, but then because that's opposite of the yellow, I didn't need that. So I took that back to Sally's. I got all my products from Sally's, took it back, got my money back, because the other color that I was going to add into it, because it's more of a violet base tone as well, or blue base tone as well, was the 7AA. They did not have it in the beauty supply store, and I didn't want to ride around. But either way, I can use the 7A by itself. So that's what we're going to do today. It's supposed to come out like this ashy, brownish blonde. So it's going to be like a light brown color. And that's what we're going with. So I just wanted to explain that to you guys so you will know what happened and see some of the results of how we got here. So when I come back, because I'm not going to show this process, because I have videos that are still to right now, to this day, that are still being viewed about me toning my hair from brassy orange to ash blonde. I have several videos on me bleaching my hair to be a blonde, platinum blonde. I've done just about it all here on YouTube. So I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead, and it's dry now, and I'm going to go ahead and color it. And I will probably let you see what is going on when the product is in my hair, and then I'll let you see the finished results. Okay guys, so it's in. My timer is still going. I have like 4.5 minutes left, but immediately when I put it in, I put it on my ends first, it started to change immediately. It looks like it's some dark, but it's not black. As you can see, you're gonna see like this ashy tone. After I wash it out, it's gonna just be this pretty brown, and I can see it already, and I'm excited. So I with the liquid permanent color, the Wella toners anyway, and whether it's the demi or semi-permanent as well as the permanent, you are to use a 2-to-1 ratio. The bottle itself of the color, you pour that in, and then you pour this into the bottle to get the equal measurements. So I poured this twice for the 2-to-1 ratio of it, and using 10 volume developer. You should not use 20 or anything higher, being that that's what you use initially to lift your hair in the first place. You don't need it to lift any further. The color is being deposited, so you don't need any high lift developer to do that. And yeah, I use the entire, this is my color bowl. I've had it for quite a few years, and yeah, I'm just gonna let this sit in. I set the timer for 12 minutes, so once that's over, I'm gonna reset it for maybe another 10, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wash it out. And what I did was get, because I like this is the Argan Oil intensive conditioning treatment. The conditioner like this usually comes in the box of the box dye color from Cream of Nature, but it's just their, I think, regular, because I have a tube that I didn't use, but this one is Clairol. But yeah, I'm going to use this deep treatment, intensive conditioning treatment, and I found this as well, which is the Hask Keratin Smooth Deep Conditioner. I'm going to use this first, and then once after I style my hair and I go wash it again for a deep conditioner, I'm going to use these. But I'm going to leave that in and probably send it to dryer as well to get it, you know, really sitting, getting into my cuticles. And I'm also going to use a shower cap to cover it. So yeah, that is what this is looking like so far. And even like, I don't even know how to, you know, because this is the awkward stage of any natural curly girl. You know, this is your awkward stage. And it's so weird, like I said, because you literally saw how much hair I had versus your curls shrinking and me trying to figure out how I want to style it. Now I'm sitting here in my Libra stage as usual, contemplating if I even want to straighten my hair. I have not straightened my hair in years. That's not my thing. I used to do that when I was a teenager, you know, all the time, because we didn't know that we had natural curls. So I'm kind of contemplating it, but don't be surprised if you don't come and see me back on camera with straight hair. It's a toss. I don't know. Well, you'll see something when I come back. So yeah, I'm going to let this sit for another like 10 minutes and I'll be back to you guys. Okay, everyone. So these are the final results and I love it. The color, I hope you guys like can really see it. The camera is picking it up with the lights, but it is I would say like a sandy brown. It's giving me number 4 when you buy your braiding hair or, you know, any type of crochet braiding hair, but the number 4 is what it's giving and I absolutely love it. Number 1, let's get here. Again, if you are new to my channel, I do not straighten my hair. In the 11 years that I have been here on YouTube, I've literally done a video twice on straightening my hair. No, I take that back 3 times, because once in the early beginning after I first went natural and I grew my hair out, I went on ahead and straightened it, and it was about this length. After a year and a half worth of growth, this was my length, and it usually only lasts me for like 2 days, if that, and then it starts to pucker, and then I don't have time. Number 1, I don't like the smell of the flat irons and the hair thing. It doesn't last. Number 2, and I don't want to put all this heat in my hair. So the second time I did it, yeah, I think it was that second time that I did it that my hair did not revert back. I have a whole video on it. I was in complete tears. Again, I have cut my hair several times throughout the years, but this particular time I had no intentions on cutting my hair. So when I straightened it using 390, just like I did today, it did not revert back. I don't know what happened, but it did not. So I cut it. Then I want to say maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, I straightened it again for a length check. It was longer than this, but again, it only lasted for like a day or 2. So I was like, I love my curls way more. Even before I realized that I actually had curly hair, I used to see it at the roots all the time, as while I was still texlaxing and relaxing when I was younger. I started wearing curly weave. So I've just always loved curls. So yesterday, after I did the whole color thing, I rodded my hair. I used the orange and peach perm rods, and it was kind of cute, but I wasn't feeling it. So what I did was, like I said, I deep conditioned my hair with the mask treatment from the Cream of Nature, and I left that in for like an hour. And then I ended up using the Texture Theory. Now, I featured this on my channel probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and I still had it. I had a gel with this as well, but I went on ahead and just used the conditioner by itself. put the perm rods on. And again, my hair is thin, so it literally took me like an hour and a half to dry it with my hell hand dryer. Again, I have a hooded dryer. I just don't like to sit under it. So I just use my handheld dryer, laid back, looking at TV, had no issues. Took the rods out, started to pull the curls apart. It was cute, but it just wasn't me. It wasn't what I was looking for. So I went to sleep like that. And this morning when I woke up, I did not do anything else to it. I just, again, that's all I had. And then because I didn't have like a really good heat protectant or anything like that. But I did use the Uncle Funky's Daughter Shining Star Hair and Scalp Elixir. Basically kind of like a serum. So that is the only thing that I have in my hair with the leave-in. And these are my results. Again, like, I have some length, but I chose to curl it because it just didn't really look good, like just straight. So I went on ahead and put a little bit of curl in it, and that's it. But this color, y'all, look, like the light is catching it. I want you guys to see. This is so pretty. And I'm absolutely like obsessing with it. One, because I did not, like I said, I didn't want to go blonde. I did kind of want it a little bit brighter. Just a little bit. Again, the 7A is a medium ash. I want to say it's ash blonde, a medium ashy blonde brown. So I really like this a lot. Like, I love it a lot. And yeah, I wanted to do a video on this look, but I'll just do a outfit of the day. I'm gonna do it as a short, so you'll be able to see the whole outfit. But yeah, the hair is just giving. So if you're new here, and again, you like my vibe, this type of content, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you'll be notified every time I upload. Leave a like. It helps to get the video pushed into the algorithm so more people can see it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the color and the fact that I have went on ahead and decided to flat iron the hair. And share the video because sharing is caring. And I will see you in my next upload. Peace.